Get in here, 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 get in here. Today, not today. You have no idea how much I struggled to set up this video today. But today, not today, I'm doing it. Come rain, come hail, come thunder, come sunshine. Because tomorrow I know I may not be able to do it live. So I need to cover my tracks today. What are we gonna talk about today? We are talking about getting out of your comfort zone. I don't know how long this video will be because today I struggled so much. This is like the fifth time I tried to set up just a simple old live video. Anyway, get out of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone. I did a thing today. It was a presentation that wasn't even ready. But the group that I am a part of for this entrepreneurship thing, the instructor asked for 2 volunteers, and I volunteered. I didn't even have it ready. I didn't even have anything ready, but I knew challenging myself and doing it will give me a starting point. It will force me, and now I won't procrastinate, because procrastination is usually my default. Because again, like we talked about yesterday, remember, perfection is the enemy of great. Because when you think perfection, you won't even start. You won't even start because you think it's not gonna be perfect. So you end up procrastinating, which is really self-sabotage. You're self-sabotaging. You're sabotaging yourself, because by thinking, oh, it won't be perfect, you're thinking, what will people say? So what if it's not perfect? Who cares if it's not perfect? I did the thing. I put my presentation together and I did it. And guess what, you guys? Nobody died. You guessed it right. Nobody died. I'm still here. I'm still standing. I didn't die. I gave that presentation and I didn't die. So, what's the lesson here? Challenge yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Do the things that scare the ish out of you. I don't cuss. Sometimes I do. But do the things that scare the ish out of you. Some of the things that I have done, some of the things I have auditioned myself for, guys, let me tell you, I signed myself up to audition for Shark Tank, because Shark Tank was coming to my school sometime last year, the end of last year. I put my name on, I removed my name, I put my name, but I signed up anyway. Unfortunately for me, I ended up having an emergency, so I had to go out of town. So I missed the day they came, but I was signed up to audition for Shark Tank. That's just one of the small little things that's even small. I do. In fact, sometimes this is so memorable, because I remember my mom, one of the things that she taught me was to fill in forms perfectly. I remember I used to hate it, especially government forms, man, because they're just so exhausting. But nowadays, I make sure I find one difficult form to fill and I will complete it, to just train myself to finish difficult things. I will figure things out. If I can't do something, I remember one app I was on and I couldn't figure, how do you share pictures in this app? And I remember someone saying, oh, you can't share pictures on that particular app. I figured it out and I was able to share pictures on that app. Like, do the things that scare you, that freak you out. If you're not freaked out about the things that you do, I don't know what you're doing, but and sometimes I feel like just challenge yourself, travel. I'm not even talking about get out of the country. I'm not talking about get a passport. I'm just talking, say, for example, some of us here in Kansas City, St. Louis, go to St. Louis, get in a bus. I don't care. Get in a bus, get in a train. Amtrak. How many of us here have ever been on Amtrak? Get in a bus. It's like $30 to go to St. Louis. Amtrak on a good day. Go to Chicago, 7 hours. Amtrak. See the fields of Iowa and Omaha and Nebraska. Upgrade a little bit. Do business class. It's like under $100 for one way. We work so hard, especially most of us, immigrants, diasporans. We work double shift, no rest, and yet we never get to enjoy it. Like travel. Get in a bus and go. It will challenge you. It will open up your mind. One of the things that I like doing is watching vloggers from different countries, Japan, South Korea, Kenya, and I live vicariously through them, through Nigeria. I feel like I've been to Lagos because of what I see from these vloggers, the Dima Umes, It opens up your mind. Look at the people that travel. If you look, the decor in their homes is different. It's not normal, because when you travel, every place you go, it's part of your story that's weaved within you. So even the way you think, the way you dress, the food you eat, if you've now been to, I don't know, India, now chapati. I think Kenya, they do have chapati too. If you've been to China, if you've been to Mexico, and in America, God bless America, because, it's so diverse. There are all these people from different countries. Hang around people who don't look like you. Hang around people who don't look like you. I love my Zimbabwean roots. Let me just state with that disclaimer. I love it. I love being very Zimbabwean. I love hanging around Zimbabweans, eating sadza in maguru or matumbu or mazondo. I love it. But I also love hanging around people who don't speak Shona, because I want to learn from I will never forget someone when I was about to move to a different state, and they were like, yeah, come over here. There's a Zimbabwean church. I love Zimbabwean churches. I started in Zimbabwean church. Nothing against it. I will go and I will sing Makanaka Osana. I will do that. However, I want to go to a Mexican church and learn Venesta Luca. I want to learn something different, something I don't know. I want to learn to make carnitas. I don't know. I already know how to make sadza. Like I said, I will hang around. Us Zimbabweans, we make sadza, we make mufushwa, we make mazondo, we make magru, we make masonja. If you're from Mashingo, that's how we call them, right? But I want to learn something that I don't know too. And travel will do that for you. You will start dressing differently, putting your outfits differently. If you're in the creative world, it opens you up. Your art start looking different. Your music, it's a tapestry of flavors, different flavors of the places you have traveled to. Your decor in your home, it reflects the places you've been. You get inspiration. Even a hotel downtown, what do they call those now? Staycation. Go there one night and just sleep in Egyptian cotton too, you know? God forbid you die. Man, no. Just go. Sometimes you don't even have to book in these hotels. Just go and sit in the lobby. They won't kick you out now. You just go and you look around. You see those big ceilings, you know. It shifts your mind. You can't think poor when you're in that environment. You can't think simple because you start thinking architecture. You're thinking, wow, I'm just curious. I want to be in the mind of the person who designed this building, you know. You just, man, challenge you. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. I think I told the story here when I met someone a couple of months ago, and this person was filling in a vending machine, you know, a vending machine. And he had my accent when I said hi to him. And he said, "Hey, are you African?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "Do you know where I can get fufu?" Fufu, for those who don't know, I'm assuming it's sada for us Zimbabweans. It's just this Zimbabwean food, not Zimbabwean, African food. We call it different names. The Zambians call it shima, for example. South Africans call it pap, I think. We call it sada. You know, some people call it fufu. It's lambed up, kind of like bread, but really, it has no flavor. It's not like bread. Okay. Anyway, and I told him, I said, yeah, I know where to get fufu. You can go. There's this restaurant called Taste of Africa. I think it's closed now here in KC. It's in Overland Park, and you can get nice food there, African food, Kenyan, fufu, whatever. He said, oh no, I don't go to Overland Park. Mind you, Overland Park and Midtown Kansas City, really, it's like 20 to 30 minutes drive. It's just two different states. For us who are from Zimbabwe, maybe it's like Victoria Falls. Like if you just, I don't know, because I haven't been to Victoria Falls as much as I saw Victoria Falls. But it's just like Zambia on the other side, Zimbabwe on the other side. So it's Kansas on this side, Missouri on this side. We are on the Missouri side, and Overland Park, where that fufu restaurant was in Kansas. You just cross state line, the road, like, and this person said, I don't go to Overland Park. Mind you, public transportation is free here in Kansas City. Maybe it's about to change. Public transportation is free. You can go from one state to another for free. The train we have, the streetcar, free of charge. And then there's another ride here, the local for the state of whatever. The local, it's not, it's not, I don't know, but it's a rideshare service here, local rideshare service. $3. $3 to go from where we were, Midtown, Kansas City, to go to Overland Park where that restaurant was. But this person is just set on, I don't go to Overland Park. I later on learned, the history of the city and stuff, but this person did tell me that's the reason why. I didn't ask. I wasn't bold enough to ask you. If I was as bold as I am now, I would have asked the reason why. Anyway, so how can your mind now expand if you can't even get in a car 20 minutes or 30 minutes away from where you live? Which is the issue that we face here, most of us immigrants. When people ask you questions as stupid as, how did you come to America? by ship. There are airports in Africa. There are airports in Zimbabwe, But if I legit had someone ask me if I had ever seen a lion. And I said, you mean in the streets of Zimbabwe? Have you seen a lion in the streets of America? You see a lion at the zoo or at the national park. I've never seen, but that's the mindset when you have never traveled. When you don't get out of the comfortable, what's familiar, Maybe for us, I think maybe because circumstances of where we came from forced us and we didn't even think, we just up and go. Like I hear again, I'm not saying other African nationalities there are any there are any less. I'm not saying that, please mind. I've just been around maybe a lot of Nigerians, so I also know a lot of their stories, and I know Zimbabweans now, we are also found everywhere. So I'm not saying any one country is better or whatever, or Zimbabweans are not. No, but I'm just saying Nigerians, you'll find Nigerians in Iceland. I don't think there's any place on this earth where you cannot find a Nigerian. They will go. They don't even think twice about it. Oh, it's minus 100 degrees Celsius, Siberia. They will go. They will be there. Like I like that kind of spirit. I'm not there because sometimes I'm in my head too much, where you don't care. Again, I'm not saying do something stupid. Or I told you guys the other day, I'm not bungee jumping anytime soon. One day I will. I'm not, never say never, We are in the season of challenging ourselves. But I know right now I can't bungee jump, okay? Be reasonable, but challenge yourself. Do the things that scare you and ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Are you gonna die? Oh, well, if there's a possibility that you're gonna die, then maybe you don't have to do that thing. But some of the things we just get scared of, it's based on someone else's data points. Oh, medicine is hard. I'm not disputing that medicine is hard. But in my opinion, it's not because only the smart people can do medicine. I just think it's the mindset. As long as you have the mindset to, you can go through challenges, you can go 18 hours, no sleep, and you can still function. I know for me, I can't do that because I love my sleep. My body wants its sleep, okay? So I know medicine is not for me. I don't have the fortitude. When it comes to my stamina, when it comes to that mindset, it's not about some people are smart or the people who do. Maybe they are. I'm not disputing that. But I just feel so much, some of the things that we are just told they are hard, it's based on someone else's data points. If I would have listened to people when I shifted my career, because I was always told, oh, science is hard. I'm not a science person. That's what I was told. Like I opted for, accounting, business, because it was, I did the arts, the history, the English, those who know the combination subjects, because we didn't even have like commercials. We didn't have those, so it was either arts or science, biology, physics. And me, I was just told science is not for me. That's what I was told. And then I got to a place too where, because I grew up, I was told science is not for me. I'm an arts person. I remember my mom used to say left brain, right brain, right? Like I can't even remember which is which, but like the other brain is the creative side. We are the arts people, we are creative, art, history, music, whatever. And then those who are the science people. So me, I was just labeled in that non-science. Science is not for me. And so yes, therefore I struggled until I just said, what if when I signed up to do business analytics, I was like, so you don't even like math. And some people told me some things, man. And I almost quit until I just said, you know what? I'm not going to quit. I don't quit. Quitting is not in my vocabulary. I don't quit. I got the good stubbornness from my mother, Alice. She was stubborn, the good kind of stubborn, you know. If people tell her that she can do something, that's exactly what she was going to do. So, and then I got into this statistics class. I fell in love with math. I fell in love with quantitative analytics, analysis for business, Lena. I fell in love. I enjoy now. I think numbers all the time. Numbers. I speak the language of numbers because the mindset shifted with this my Zimbabwean English. My mindset shift. You have to shift your mindset. You have to challenge yourself. But if I didn't challenge myself and sign up for that class, that statistics class, would my mind to this day I would just say, oh, technology is not for me. I'm not very technically competent. No, sciences are not for me. No. Challenge yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Yes, you may have to work harder than the average person. You may have to be in those study groups more than the average person. But you know what? You can do it. You can do it. Anyone can do it. Anyone can learn anything they put their mind to. You just focus. Laser focus. Don't listen to the noise. Shoo, 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 shoo. Science is not for you. It's noise. Try it first. If you try it first and then you realize you don't enjoy it, you don't like it, then change. But don't just go by other people's data points. And we like to do that. Oh, nursing. The nursing program, it's so hard. I'm not disputing that nursing is hard. Again, like I said, your mindset has to be very focused. You have to be in a certain mindset to do nursing. That's why they say you can't be late. Those of us on African time, on Zimbabwean time, you can't be late. You can't get certain grades. They will kick you out of the program. You know? So if you like your sleep like some of us, you know, so that again, please hear me out. I'm not disputing medicine is hard. I'm not disputing nursing is hard. I'm not disputing the fact that technology is hard. I am just saying we all can learn. We all can learn anything we put our minds to. We can learn. Anyone can learn, you know, anyone. What I don't like about the system of education in Zimbabwe where I grew up from, it was just like labels were just given to you and you are stuck with that. If you're, God forbid, you're labeled dumb, that's your destiny. No one is gonna care. No one is gonna even look at you, you know. And I'm so grateful that I grew up with my mom. She always used to say, those are the ones I want, because she was a teacher. She only did first and second grade. That's it. She said, I want to give them foundation, a strong foundation, and I want the ones. She would take the ones that the other teachers didn't want, and they were labeled dumb or they can't learn. Those were the ones she took and she turned them into superstars. When I delivered my baby, I remember one of them was my midwife. And he remembered me. Oh, your mom was my teacher. Oh, my goodness. And I was treated so well, you know. Well, I digressed, sorry. But my point is just like, We all can learn, guys. Okay, I was talking about the Zimbabwean education system. At the time I grew up, you would just be labeled, oh, this one, you cannot, they cannot learn. Here, they will have, oh, he's dyslexic. And then they give you a system to learn how to read. You get remedial, you go to extra classes, English as a second language, you know. All right, that's it for today, guys. Bye.